I guess it's a situation of, as always, black and brown lives don't matter.
They
And
do
this
not
is that
matter. Not in the mind of the white politician. No, it does not matter.
white supremacist.
White governments.
Let's just wrap up now and ask. You talk about forced displacement. We've talked about ethnic cleansing. We talk about genocide, and all three of those, which are crimes against humanity, are taking place simultaneously in Palestine, and yet the world watches without coming to the aid of Palestine, without murmuring and without even saying to the genocidal murderers, stop, enough is enough.
Dear, it's more disgusting than this. They have been providing us with cloths to wrap up our dead with.
Oh,
You know, it's more this like it's the thing is like we think the Western world is doing nothing. They are doing ways worse than nothing. And unfortunately, like the government of South Africa is following those white savages. You know, I have no idea like what the embassy of the State of Israel is still doing in Pretoria. Like what? Like Nelson Mandela said it. Like the freedom of South Africa will not be complete without the freedom of the Palestinian people. And you go on and host the criminal regime that is committing like a crime that you in South Africa have survived through and successfully got rid of. Like what kind of hypocrisy? Like I do understand the savagery of the white man, but it's
I
maybe
think the
I need to.
hypocrisy. I think the hypocrisy gets at you. Let's wrap up now. Just to also add to that, Minister Naledi Pandor has been very vociferous in her support for the Palestinian people. So do know that, the entire, I'd like to say very forcefully and with much confidence, that Alhamdulillah, the Muslim community of South Africa are behind the Palestinian people in any small way that we possibly can. We are engaged in protest marches, in fundraisers, etc. We also know, and perhaps you can give us some insight into this, that the aid that has been donated by international aid agencies, including South Africa, is stuck at the Rafah crossing. Has any of that aid, or is it beginning to trickle into the people of Palestine?
Less than like 0.5% of the needs. Like people are being buried under the rubble. What people need is end of this genocide. That's what they need. Of the genocide. Like imagine the entire international community fails into like bringing in like a truck of aid into Gaza. I woke up this morning and I found that the Jordanian kingdom was like parachuting in some aid with approval of the State of Israel. It was a very interesting show. You know, like those people do not need us to improve their lives as they are experiencing genocide.
How do you feel right now? How do you personally feel right now? And I know you'll be speaking the voice of Palestinians. Do you feel totally helpless and hopeless? Do you see an end in sight regarding this genocide?
Listen, dear, every life is a miracle. Every life is a blessing. Every life is sacred. With every one of us being murdered, like part of us dies. It doesn't matter if we're being murdered on TV or off TV. It doesn't matter if we're being murdered with solidarity or without solidarity. If we're murdered, we're murdered. How do we feel? We feel betrayed. We feel like we're left for this monster to eat away as many of us as that monster could get. The problem is like the savages of the State of Israel, like they are enjoying this. Like they are not going to stop. Like the history of the State of Israel proves again and again and again that those people are addicted to the blood of the Palestinian people. They are literally addicted. Our blood is being used as a bargaining chip in Israeli politics right now. The fascist in command, the so-called Netanyahu, knows that he lost popularity, knows he will be held responsible for the failure in the 7th of October, and he knows the only way to stay in power is by going on with this war. He is bombing people out of existence, and with every drop of Palestinian blood, his popularity goes back to increasing. So The reality here, like over and over and over again, we go into the exact same circle. We realize that as long as we are submissive and cooperating very well with our oppressor and with the friends and supporters of our oppressor, we will be accepted. But if one of us dares to resist the barbarism and the savagery of the state of Israel, then all of us will be blamed for it, and all of us will be marketed and promoted as like Germans. I don't know if you've been like watching Western media recently.
Uh-huh.
They're comparing like the conduct of Palestinian, the Islamic resistance movement, to that of Germans. Like we're not Germans. Like look at us. We are not Aryans. We're not tall. We're not white, and we're not Nazi. Like even if we try, even if Palestinians try to join the Nazi party is so racist and it will not even accept us, you know. But still, we
Hilo,
are being
yep.
accused of all that kind of crap. We're not white. We're not racist. We're not like our violence is motivated by the savagery of Israeli oppression.
Okay, I think we all know as Muslims, as human beings with true humanity, that everything most of what's being dished out in the Western media is propaganda. And very sad to say, a lot of people are lapping it up. Your final words to the Western governments and to the world at large.
Western governments, like I have not, like I do not speak to criminals there. You know, like I have nothing to say. Like be proud of, you know, supplying this savage monster with all the tools, all the diplomatic, economic, and military support it needs to go on with this genocide. You know, the state of Israel is a reflection of Western history and Western culture. This is Western history and Western culture coming before your eyes in 2023. You know, own it.
Let me end off by saying, Baha, colonialism playing out in the year 2023 against a helpless and defenseless people, and the rest of the world seems to have forgotten the plight of Palestine. Thank you indeed for being with us on the show this morning. Our ongoing du'as for the people of Palestine, and undoubtedly we will be talking again with you sometime soon. Go well. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Thank you. Thanks.